So one of my recent videos that did really well was how to manifest a specific person, a partner, whatever. But what if you already have someone in your life that you really like and you just want them to change or you want them to be different? And everything I'm going to be saying in this video goes both for like love relationships and for like family, like your mom, your dad, your sister, your best friend, whatever you want. You can just change whoever you want. It can be your boss, it can be whoever. Let's say you have someone in your life that you really like and you are so excited about them and you want the relationship to be going well, and then at some point you start seeing certain things that are not like this person, or maybe things that used to be really nice at the beginning and then they start to kind of like go south, or they're not as attentive, they're not as caring. And it also doesn't have to be something that they used to do. You can just get someone to do new things that they have never done before. So because law of attraction is limitless, you can manifest whatever the fuck you want, okay? Don't limit yourself thinking like, oh, if they've never been like attentive and caring, they're never going to be. No, they will be. And I'm gonna tell you the secret and how I've changed this. And like my mom, like my narcissistic mother, like I've made her change. I have got my dad to change. I have got boyfriends to change. I've got a lot of people to change. Here's the secret. Think about the thing that bothers you so much about the person, like the specific person that we're thinking about right now, okay? Let's say that your partner is not attentive or you don't feel loved by them. Think about the thing that your partner is not doing. Let's say they're not attentive. Let's use that example because I feel like it's the easiest one. Take the responsibility for yourself that you are actually seeing them through the lenses of like they are not attentive. And right now, for whatever reason, for whatever like issue with maybe self-worth, self-esteem, whatever it is with you, you are trying to make them the bad person and you're trying to be the victim here. And see how you are seeing things from that perspective right now, okay? I don't want to say that you are like you're playing the victim here, but just keep on watching and listening because this is gonna make sense in a second. Like, this person doesn't love me, blah blah blah, and start seeing like if you think about this thing, which feelings come up. It's like this person doesn't love me, or I'm not important to this person, or I'm not a priority to this person, etc, etc. These things that are coming up for you, for example, I am not a priority to this person, or I'm not worth this person like spending time on like having little details with me, yada yada. See how maybe you are doing those things to yourself in your own life. Like, where do you make yourself not a priority? Where do you feel like you're not worthy of like doing things for yourself? For example, I had this thing for a long time where like people would not buy me the nice gifts that I wanted, even though my mom used to like buy me like the coolest things ever, like maybe 3-4 years ago. And at some point I started not receiving gifts from anyone, and I remember kind of like thinking like, why is no one buying me things? And I realized that for some reason at some point when I was making my own money, I felt bad for spending money on myself. Like, I would spend money on everyone else except me, because I felt like everyone else was important but I wasn't. So if I didn't feel like I was important, no one was gonna reflect that back from me. This is one part. This is the part where like universe is a mirror. Everyone that you interact with is a mirror of yourself, and they're gonna reflect back what you're doing to yourself. So this is one thing. This is one thing where you're gonna be like, okay, what is my partner or my mother or whoever it is reflecting back to me that I can change so that I can love myself better? Because you know that at the end of the day, every relationship that you have is a direct reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. So try to see in which area of your life you might be doing that thing that you claim that your partner is doing to you that you hate so much. This is one part. But then there's another part, and it's the part of perspective. So you know that when you watch a documentary, you can be looking for documentaries that say that veganism is amazing for your health, and documentaries that say that veganism is the worst for your health. And you can watch both of them and end up convinced that it's good or bad, because both of them are gonna have like studies and evidence and whatever that it's good or bad. This works the same way when you have a limiting belief. If let's say there's a part of you that's like, oh, I'm not worthy of someone's time or something like that, your mind is like the scientist that is doing that documentary that's looking for evidence that that belief is right. Which means you see everything from the glasses of like, I'm not worthy, so you put them on and you are like, oh, my partner is 5 minutes late, it's because they don't care about me. Oh, my partner didn't put the dishes away, it's because they don't care about me, I'm not worthy, blah blah blah. And in order to change that belief, you need to change your glasses and kind of like force yourself to see the situation from a different perspective for a while. You need to decide that if up till now you didn't think your partner was loving, or you didn't believe your partner was loving or something like that, you need to decide that you're gonna see everything from the lens that my partner is actually loving, and see everything that they do as a sign that they love you, or try to see all the things that they do to show you that they love you. Because maybe you are now super focused on like the kind of things that you see on rom-coms of like, oh, or for example, like, oh, they have never brought me flowers or made this like big romantic gesture. But if you try to see like all the good things that your partner has done for you, you will start seeing that they actually do little things every day where they show you that they care about you. You don't notice them because you are so fixed on like maybe flowers being the thing that shows you that they love you, that you don't see like the other 50 things that they're doing. For example, like, I don't know, maybe they get up earlier in the morning to make you coffee because they know that you're running late and they don't want you to stress. Or maybe they know how to distract you when you're having an issue and they try to make fun of things and like joke around so that you take things lighter. Or they put you in a better mood after a bad day at work. It can be so many different things. But the thing is that it's your perspective that decides how you're seeing your partner. And as you've probably heard before, when like, if you focus on something, the universe will expand that. Right now, you have to think that you are focusing on like the wrong things that your partner is doing, which means like the more you focus on the wrong things that your partner is doing, the more they are expanding and they're growing bigger, bigger, bigger into this whole big problem that's gonna make you probably, it'll either make you become very angry with this person or just break up with them or just get into a fight constantly or whatever it is. Instead, if you decide to change your glasses and start looking for the things that make them love you, you're gonna slowly see that there's more and more and more, and over time they will start becoming that person because you see that in them. And this is something that I've seen happen with my mom. Like my mom, I've always had this feeling of like my mom judges me, my mom is super critical of me. She's someone who like criticizes a lot. But then one day when I decided to start doing and implementing all this, I was like, okay, let me see my mom from like a completely different perspective. And a few years ago, I used to see my mom being very like hating towards me and controlling, because she would be like, where have you been? You didn't text me that you got here safely, this and this and that. And I would get upset at her and think like, oh, she just wants to control me. She doesn't care that I'm having a good time with my friends, blah, blah, blah. But now that I decided to see her from a different perspective, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see my mom as loving. And then I realized that whenever like she texts me being like, hey, did you arrive safely? Did you do this or whatever? It's not her trying to control me, it's her trying to make sure that I'm safe. It's her worrying about me, it's her loving me, it's her way of loving me, because she needs to know that I'm okay, because she worries about me, because she cares about me. But for so long I have been so busy thinking like my mom doesn't care about me, my mom just hates me, for whatever like limiting belief that I had, that I couldn't see that. And the moment I decided to see my mom from this different perspective and be like, you know, actually she does care about me. I'm gonna convince myself that she cares about me. And it's not just that I started seeing all these things and then I changed my perspective, but the moment I changed my perspective, I didn't get upset at her. I didn't get triggered every time that she said something and we would end up getting in fights, because I saw whenever she said something that was her showing me that she cares about me, I received it as something positive. And the way and our interactions changed completely, because like whenever she would say something in the past being kind of worried at me, even if it was kind of like attacking me, because sometimes she's a pretty like direct and like fighty person, even if she would get kind of like attacking me, if I decided to see it and receive it as something positive, and I was like, oh, she's just worried about me, that's cute, and I was like, no mom, sorry, because this and this and this, I softened. And the moment I softened, she softened. And all this anger that she maybe had, like to just like come at me and yell at me, whatever, just like it went away. Because I was soft. I was in a place of like, I'm receiving all your love. And I know that you're doing this because you think that this is what's best for me, blah, blah, blah. Receiving her love. And the more I have been receiving her, she's been kind of like letting go and just being more calm in general. And we have not had as many problems anymore. And same goes to your partner. For example, if you're constantly nagging at someone and being like, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're blah, 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 blah. That person at some point is going to get disappointed, because they're going to be like, I'm not good enough. This person clearly has like a void that I cannot fill. But if instead you start seeing everything that your partner is doing right, you're also going to be like in a better mood with them. You're also going to be communicating them like, oh my God, thank you for doing this for me, or this or that. And your partner's going to be happier to please you, and your partner's gonna be more excited to do things to make you happy. And the more you focus on that, the more it's gonna change. Is that sometimes we are just so comfortable with like people hating us or people not showing us how much we're worth, that there was a part of us that doesn't want them to change. You need to remember that when you're doing this, and you need to remember that you want to allow this person to change. And even you can repeat this as an affirmation in the mirror every morning, or whenever you do affirmations, and be like, I allow this person to change. Because sometimes we just like hold on so tight to this version that we have in front of us, because we want to have a reason to like go at them. You know, there's like anger in us or whatever it is that wants to just go at them. And if we don't have reasons to like get angry at them, like we will not be satisfied, you know, because our ego is not going to be satisfied with that, because they're going to want to like scream at someone or yell at someone or just be upset about something. Because if that's what you're used to, if you're used to always being upset with your partner, that's something that your ego will want to continue doing. Okay, so I hope that made sense, especially the last part. If it didn't, let me know in the comments and I can make a specific video just on like the whole like controlling and all of that, because I feel like that's a topic that could have its own video too. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave me a thumbs up, leave me any comment that you want, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.